Hello and welcome to the Americorps Reach Training Program. I am Dina Downs, the Director of Americorps Reach. Some of my background information is I graduated from the University of Louisville with my BSW in 2012. Also, I was an Americorps Reach member at Wellington Elementary from 2012 to 2014. After that, I worked at Neighborhood Place, and then an opening came to be the director of Americorps Reach, and I accepted the position. I hope that my knowledge of being an Americorps Reach member will help me guide you to be the most effective Americorps Reach members you can be. This is day one of training, and we will just go over expectations of the group, a little bit of history of the group, and answer any questions you may have. Although this is not technically a social work position and this is not a counseling session, please keep in mind that I will be aware of confidentiality. Anything you say in this room will be held confidential unless I feel like safety will be at risk or you will be at harm to yourself. At any time if you have any questions, feel free, but I ask you to be mindful of each other and myself, and please raise your hand, and don't be afraid to ask questions, because it's easier if you do this now instead of waiting and then get to a school and you don't know what to do. Does anybody have any questions before I go into the training process? No? Okay. I would like each of you to tell me about yourselves. Background information, little bit of demographic information, educational background, and why you would like to be a Reach member.
My name is Jeffrey Smith, and I want to be a Reach member because I want to really help children. I've been assigned to Phyllis Wheatley Elementary School. I have my bachelor's degree from the University of Louisville, and mostly I've volunteered in the California community at the California Community Center, helping kids with reading, and sometimes they need help with the lunch program, so I've done some of that, and I've done some home visits, and I've been over to the school and just kind of looked around to get a feel for what it looks like on the inside. So hopefully at the end of the training I'll have a better idea of what I'm going to be doing when I get there.
Thank you, and it's very nice to meet you, and thank you for committing to a year of service with the Corps. Okay, next please.
My name's Tom Causey, and I am at Roosevelt Perry Elementary School. And most recently, after finishing my degree at University of Georgia, I've been working down at Home of the Innocents in their emergency shelter and care program. And so I'm excited about getting to work with the kids at Roosevelt Perry and trying to make a difference.
And with your background with crisis management, for being at Home of the Innocents, you should have no problem at all if crises do come about, because there will be times that you're frisky, may be unavailable to take a supervisory position in a crisis. So I'm glad you already know how to handle them.
Thank you.
My name is Jessie Detsky, and I have a bachelor's degree in communication arts and interpersonal relationship management from Bloomsburg University in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. And my experience, I've worked at a lot of summer camps. I've been a camp counselor, one of the lead camp counselors most recently at Camp Lackawanna, and I've worked there for probably the last 5 summers all through college, and been a very rewarding experience, and I'm really looking forward to serving our youth and helping them and becoming a mentor for them.
And it'll be beneficial that you're aware of camp processes and everything, because at the end of the year, all the Americorps members go to Camp Kaisak, which is a special needs camp, and spend about a week there and do volunteer work. Yes,
So will I get to do that?
yes.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it is.
A whole week.
Thank you for sharing all of that with me. I am truly blessed to have y'all as a corps, because I feel like y'all have unique gifts that you'll be able to share with me, be able to share with the kids you work with, and I'm so glad that y'all have a diverse background, because at times it will be tough to deal with certain situations that happen as a REACH member. So, but I feel like y'all will be able to handle it and shouldn't have any issues because of your background. I would like to go over history of the Americorps program, just as an overview of it. Okay, it first started as a reading literacy group, kind of like everyone reads, the grandmother's reading program, that kind of thing. But I noticed that the data wasn't really showing any beneficial movement or reaching out to the children. And the state contacted me and they said, Dina, either you change what you're doing or we are going to have to close the program. So I said, what is a major issue when it comes to education? It's truancy and attendance. And that's mainly what y'all be dealing with, but mostly you'll be dealing with building relationships with the children, breaking down barriers for the children, and proving to them that school isn't scary as much, because you can't control what these parents do. You just can't. They do whatever, and if they say, well, we don't want you to come to school that day, you don't have a choice. But if they feel like school is safe and they like you, maybe they might pester their parents a little bit, and they might get tired of hearing about it. So hopefully they would start sending the children to school. And also, we are, I guess, an umbrella program to Peace Corps, Senior Corps, and Frisky Corps. They all handle different initiatives, such as elderly, reading, and Army type of outreach services, like FEMA, Katrina, things like that. We're all different, but in a sense, we're brothers and sisters trying to handle the same socio-economic issues. It's just in a different umbrella.
Okay.
So,
I have a question.
yes,
Will we have our own, like, will I have kids assigned to me, or
yes.
is everybody mine?
No, no. We prefer 25 kids on caseload.
Okay.
But we understand things will happen, might be difficult for parents they're reluctant to sign release. Because when they see release and they see your credentials and things, they automatically go to, is this a CPS worker? What is going on? So your cases might be lower than the recommended. That's fine. But you need to communicate that with me.
Okay.
And you need to communicate that with your coordinator. Because things you have to remember about coordinators is they're your friends. And if you see barriers to reaching out and getting your cases full, your caseload, they will work with you in any way possible.
Cool.
Now, most of these schools are in attendance danger zones, which means you should have plenty of kids to choose from, but we ask you to choose from children that have the highest amount of absenteeism, just for the simple fact that they're more at risk for issues and being disconnected with the school system. But if the more at-risk children don't sign up for the program, start choosing from lower numbers, and then go lower if you have to, and so forth until your cases are full.
Okay.
I have a question. Do we have to do home visits to the kids?
It all depends on your coordinator and what he prefers. Like, I would like that for you just to be aware of what goes on in home visits, because home visits are very important. Now, obviously, for certain reasons you can obviously see, I couldn't do home visits. That was fine. But y'all are all ambulatory, obviously. So you should be able to, but I would wait until you were asked to do that.
Yeah.
Especially with y'all being first year. Home visits can be very stressful. They can be very dangerous at times. We have had social workers shot about 4 years ago doing a home visit. So unless you're asked, I wouldn't do it unless you really feel like there's a need.
Okay. Would we go by ourselves, or somebody goes with us?
You
Or
can't.
coach, or?
You can't. You would have to go from somebody with the school, preferably your FRC, school counseling, people, 7 counties, staff if they feel it's applicable.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you go by yourself, that's a liability issue and it's a safety issue, and I don't want you doing that.
Okay, thanks. Susan, you want to stop the video?